So are orthotics the answer?
In many cases, yes. An orthotic that's well made, that fits your foot appropriately, can make a bad shoe into a good shoe.
So can you explain the process of making an orthotic? What goes into that when someone comes in and you say, okay, this is what I think will be the answer to your pain? What happens then?
Yeah, so when somebody needs more support for whatever the condition is, we'll recommend an orthotic. And there's different types of orthotics. You can get an over-the-counter orthotic, which is something you go to the drugstore and purchase, or you can have a custom-made orthotic. And there's a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
And there's a tremendous difference between the different over-the-counter orthotics. So I always tell people, and I don't need to badmouth Dr. Scholl's, but I don't want to. But I do badmouth Dr. Scholl's.
Well, you're the expert, so just tell us, lay it out there.
Because the orthotics you get from a drugstore or a grocery store pharmacy are really cushiony and rubbery, and they feel good when you put it on. It's kind of that same idea of the memory foam. It's going to feel good for a while, but it's not giving you any support. So an orthotic is a device that gives your foot support. So it needs to be more rigid. It needs to have a little bit of softness to it, a little bit of cushion so that it's comfortable, but it actually needs to be really rigid and solid. And there's very few companies that make devices like that. So I'll send them to some of the specialty running stores in Nashville to get a device like that that's over the counter. It should cost no more than $40.
Okay.
But it's not going to cost $5 off the shelf either. That you're wasting your money if you're doing that. So those are the over-the-counter orthotics.
Okay.
The custom orthotics is where we take a mold of your foot. We actually cast it. There's different techniques. They all work about the same. You can take a foam box impression. You can do a digital impression where you stand on a little map thing and it measures it. You can do a plaster cast. I've used all the different techniques over the years. Depending on which laboratory you use, you'll use a different technique. But the idea is the same. You're supposed to line the foot up, make a device that is custom fit for that person, where the shape of the arch, the height of the arch, the width of the device will fit that person's foot. And it works really well when it's made the correct way. And